Ladies and gentlemen, confidence and courage define a man who embraces a woman's body without hesitation. He is self-assured, secure in his masculinity, and unafraid to break societal taboos. Such a man understands that pleasure is not just about personal gratification, but about creating an experience of intimacy, trust, and deep emotional connection. He recognizes that a woman's body is a landscape of beauty and desire, and he approaches it with admiration rather than hesitation. Many men are conditioned to see vulnerability as a weakness, but true confidence lies in the ability to surrender to the moment without fear or insecurity. A man who is comfortable expressing affection and appreciation for every part of his partner demonstrates a level of self-assurance that goes beyond the surface. He does not shy away from the raw, unfiltered reality of desire, but rather embraces it fully. This courage is not about being reckless. It is about being present, engaged, and willing to explore the depths of passion with an open heart. Societal norms have long dictated how men should behave, often promoting a rigid form of masculinity that discourages open expression of tenderness and pleasure beyond their own. However, a man who confidently engages in deep intimacy understands that these outdated beliefs do not serve him or his partner. He knows that true masculinity is not about dominance or control, but about balance, presence, and the ability to give as much as he receives. His confidence is not performative. It is rooted in a deep understanding of what it means to be both a lover and a partner. This level of confidence also reflects an understanding of a woman's needs. A man who appreciates the importance of pleasure beyond himself recognizes that a woman's satisfaction is just as significant as his own. He does not approach intimacy with a sense of duty, but with genuine enthusiasm. His actions are not mechanical or hesitant, but deliberate and passionate, ensuring that his partner feels both desired and valued. A woman can sense when a man is hesitant or uncomfortable, just as she can sense when he is fully present and engaged. The latter fosters a deeper level of trust and emotional security, making the experience far more fulfilling for both partners. Courage and intimacy is not just about physical actions, but also about emotional vulnerability. It takes confidence to communicate openly, to ask what pleases a partner, and to listen without ego. A man who can do this is not only confident in himself, but also in his ability to create a safe space for his partner. He understands that intimacy is a shared experience, one that thrives on mutual understanding and appreciation. Rather than approaching it with a sense of entitlement, he approaches it with curiosity and a desire to enhance the connection. Beyond the bedroom, this kind of confidence extends into other aspects of a relationship. A man who is secure in himself, who is unafraid to express his love and affection fully, creates a stronger bond with his partner. He does not see intimacy as merely a physical act, but as an extension of emotional closeness. This confidence allows for a relationship built on trust, where both partners feel free to explore their desires without fear of judgment or rejection. It dismantles barriers and deepens the emotional connection that fuels passion and long-term attraction. There is also an element of self-acceptance in this kind of courage. A man who is truly confident in intimacy is also comfortable with his own body and desires. He does not let insecurity or societal expectations dictate how he expresses love. He understands that his role is not to conform to outdated notions of what a man should be, but to be authentic in his expressions of affection. This self-acceptance makes him more attractive, as confidence is one of the most desirable traits a person can possess. Moreover, a confident man does not seek validation through conquest or ego-driven pursuits. He finds fulfillment in the genuine connection he creates with his partner. He is patient, taking the time to understand what brings joy and pleasure to the person he is with. His self-assuredness allows him to approach intimacy with a level of depth and sincerity that makes every experience meaningful. This confidence also manifests in the way he carries himself outside of the bedroom. A man who is secure in his ability to give and receive pleasure walks with a different kind of energy. He exudes a quiet strength, a presence that is felt without being forced. This energy is attractive because it signals that he is in tune with himself and unafraid to embrace what brings joy to both him and his partner. Ultimately, confidence and courage and intimacy are about shedding fear and embracing passion with an open heart. A man who can do this creates an experience that is not only physically fulfilling, but also emotionally enriching. He stands apart because he is willing to give as much as he receives, unafraid to show love, admiration, and respect in the most intimate moments. His confidence is not about proving anything to the world, but about fully immersing himself in the beauty of connection. Generosity and selflessness in intimacy distinguish a man who truly understands the essence of connection. He does not approach intimacy with the mindset of taking, but rather of giving, ensuring that his partner feels valued, desired, and fully satisfied. This is not about obligation or expectation. It is about the joy that comes from bringing pleasure to someone else. A man who embodies generosity in the most intimate moments knows that true fulfillment comes not just from what he receives, but from what he is willing to give. Such a man understands that pleasure is a two-way experience. He does not rush through moments of closeness for his own gratification, but instead takes the time to explore, listen, and respond to his partner's needs. His actions are not driven by impatience or self-interest, but by a genuine desire to see his partner experience the highest levels of pleasure. He does not just go through the motions, he engages with intent, making every touch, kiss, and movement meaningful. His selflessness is evident in the way he prioritizes the happiness and satisfaction of the person he is with, ensuring that the experience is not just about him, but about mutual enjoyment. This approach to intimacy is deeply rooted in empathy. A selfless lover pays attention to nonverbal cues, noticing the way his partner responds to different forms of touch, the way her body reacts to his actions, and the way she expresses pleasure. He does not impose his own desires without consideration. Instead, he adjusts, adapts, and fine-tunes his approach to match her needs. He understands that no two people are the same, and that what works for one person may not work for another. Because of this, he is willing to learn, to explore, and to engage in a way that feels organic rather than forced. Patience is another defining characteristic of a generous lover. He does not see pleasure as something that should be rushed or achieved quickly, but as something that should be savored. He takes his time, appreciating every moment and allowing the experience to unfold naturally. This patience not only enhances the physical aspect of intimacy, but also deepens the emotional connection between partners. It shows that he is fully present, not distracted or merely going through the motions. When a man approaches intimacy with patience and attentiveness, his partner feels more comfortable, more secure, and more willing to open herself up to the experience. True generosity and intimacy also involves emotional selflessness. A man who gives freely does not just focus on physical pleasure, but also on creating a sense of safety and trust. He understands that intimacy is about more than just the body. It is about the mind and emotions as well. He does not make her feel as though she has to perform or meet unrealistic expectations. Instead, he allows the experience to be natural and unforced. His selflessness is evident in the way he prioritizes her comfort and emotional well-being, making sure she feels secure in the moment. This generosity extends beyond a single encounter. A man who is truly selfless in intimacy does not see pleasure as something transactional. He does not give with the expectation of receiving something in return. He gives because he genuinely enjoys bringing happiness to his partner. His generosity is consistent, not something that appears only when it is convenient for him. This reliability builds trust and deepens the bond between two people, creating a dynamic where both partners feel valued and fulfilled. Confidence and generosity often go hand in hand. A man who is generous in intimacy does not seek validation through his actions. He does not feel the need to prove himself or seek praise for his efforts. Instead, he finds joy in the act itself, knowing that the connection he creates through his selflessness is far more meaningful than any external recognition. His confidence allows him to embrace the experience fully without hesitation or insecurity. This makes him not only a better lover, but also a better partner, as his generosity extends into other areas of the relationship as well. Another important aspect of generosity in intimacy is communication. A selfless lover is not afraid to ask what his partner enjoys, what makes her feel good, and what she desires. He does not assume that he knows everything, but instead remains open to learning and growing together. He values feedback and sees it as an opportunity to deepen the connection rather than as criticism. He is secure enough in himself to understand that communication is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength and care. This level of selflessness creates an environment where both partners feel free to express themselves without fear of judgment. It removes pressure and allows intimacy to be a space of true connection rather than performance. When a man prioritizes his partner's pleasure, he fosters an experience that is not only physically gratifying, but also emotionally enriching. His selflessness turns intimacy into something that is about more than just satisfaction. It becomes an act of love, care, and appreciation. The impact of a generous lover is lasting. A woman who experiences this kind of selfless intimacy feels more connected to her partner, more appreciated, and more secure in the relationship. It strengthens the bond between them, creating a foundation of trust and mutual respect. Generosity in intimacy is not just about what happens in the bedroom. It is about the way a man approaches love, passion, and relationships as a whole. It is a reflection of his character, showing that he values his partner's happiness just as much as his own. Emotional and physical connection form the foundation of truly fulfilling intimacy. A man who understands this does not treat closeness as a simple act of physical gratification, but as a deeply layered experience that involves trust, passion, and understanding. He recognizes that the body and the heart are intertwined, and one cannot truly experience pleasure without feeling a sense of connection. He does not rush through the experience, nor does he treat it as a routine interaction. Instead, he is present in every moment, ensuring that his partner feels valued, desired, and emotionally secure. A strong emotional connection enhances physical intimacy in ways that go beyond technique or skill. It creates a space where both partners can be vulnerable without fear, allowing them to fully immerse themselves in the experience. When a man is emotionally connected to his partner, he is attuned to her needs, desires, and feelings. He does not simply focus on what he wants, but takes the time to understand what brings her the most joy and satisfaction. This awareness makes every touch more meaningful, every kiss more intense, and every moment together more profound. Being emotionally present means recognizing that intimacy is more than just a physical act. It is about the way two people communicate without words, the way he looks into her eyes, the way he listens to the subtle changes in her breathing, the way he responds to her body's movements. All of these things show a level of care and attentiveness that deepens their connection. He does not approach intimacy with a checklist mentality, but rather with an open heart, ready to give and receive in equal measure. His ability to be fully engaged in the moment makes his partner feel truly seen, heard, and cherished. A man who prioritizes both emotional and physical connection understands that attraction goes beyond surface level qualities. He knows that true passion is not just about physical chemistry, but also about the bond that exists between two people. He makes an effort to build and nurture that bond, not just in intimate moments, but in everyday life. The way he communicates, the way he listens, and the way he supports his partner outside the bedroom all contribute to the strength of their physical connection. When a woman feels emotionally connected to her partner, she is more likely to feel comfortable and open in intimacy, allowing for a more profound and fulfilling experience. Trust plays a crucial role in this dynamic. A man who fosters a strong emotional connection creates a safe space where his partner feels free to express herself without hesitation. She does not feel pressured or judged, but instead feels encouraged to embrace her desires fully. This level of trust allows for deeper exploration, making each experience more enjoyable and satisfying for both partners. A man who builds this kind of trust understands that true intimacy is not just about taking, but about creating a space where both people feel comfortable enough to give themselves fully to the moment. Beyond trust, a deep emotional connection also brings a level of excitement and anticipation to physical intimacy. When two people share a strong bond, every touch carries more meaning, every kiss ignites more passion, and every moment spent together feels significant. The connection between them turns even the simplest gestures into acts of love and desire. A brush of the fingertips, a lingering glance, a soft whisper. These small moments become powerful because they are backed by genuine emotion. This level of closeness makes physical intimacy more than just an act. It becomes an extension of their love, a way to communicate without words. A man who values emotional and physical connection also understands that intimacy is not just about the peak moments, but about the journey. He does not view it as something to be rushed or completed, but as an ongoing experience that should be savored. He takes his time, exploring his partner's body with appreciation and reverence. He understands that pleasure is not just about technique, but about the intention behind every action. His focus is not solely on his own satisfaction, but on the shared experience, ensuring that both partners feel fulfilled and connected. Communication is another key aspect of building this connection. A man who prioritizes both emotional and physical intimacy is not afraid to talk about desires, preferences, and feelings. He does not assume he knows everything, but is open to learning and growing together. He listens when his partner expresses what she enjoys, and he communicates his own needs in a way that fosters understanding rather than pressure. This openness strengthens their bond, allowing them to continuously explore and deepen their connection over time. When a man approaches intimacy with both heart and body, he creates an experience that leaves a lasting impact. His partner does not just remember the physical sensations, but the way he made her feel cherished, safe, and deeply connected. This emotional depth transforms intimacy into something that goes beyond temporary pleasure, turning it into a source of deep satisfaction and fulfillment. He becomes more than just a lover. He becomes someone who understands the true essence of connection, someone who makes every moment meaningful, and someone whose presence lingers long after the moment has passed. Men who focus on mutual satisfaction stand out as the most appreciated, respected, and unforgettable partners. Their approach to intimacy is not selfish or one-sided, but centered on the shared experience of pleasure and connection. They recognize that true satisfaction is not just about personal gratification, but about ensuring that both partners feel equally valued and fulfilled. This mindset sets them apart, making them more desirable and memorable in the eyes of their partners. A man who prioritizes mutual satisfaction does not approach intimacy with an agenda of simply achieving his own pleasure. Instead, he is fully present in the moment, attuned to his partner's responses, and committed to making sure that she experiences the same level of enjoyment that he does. His actions are not rushed or mechanical, they are deliberate, thoughtful, and deeply connected to the emotions of the experience. He understands that pleasure is a two-way exchange and that true intimacy is not about taking but about sharing. This level of attentiveness makes a man stand out because it is rare. Many people approach intimacy with a mindset that is focused primarily on their own needs, but those who take the time to understand and fulfill their partner's desires create a lasting impression. A woman remembers the man who made her feel seen, cherished, and completely satisfied. She remembers the effort he put into making every moment meaningful, the patience he displayed in understanding her needs, and the way he made her feel completely comfortable and confident in her own body. Beyond the physical aspect, men who focus on mutual satisfaction also foster a deeper emotional connection. When a woman feels that her partner genuinely cares about her pleasure, she develops a stronger bond with him. She feels safe, appreciated, and more willing to explore intimacy without hesitation. This trust creates an environment where both partners can be fully open with one another, leading to even greater levels of satisfaction. The emotional connection that forms as a result of this mutual focus on pleasure enhances every intimate experience, making it more profound and memorable. Confidence plays a key role in a man's ability to create mutual satisfaction. A confident man does not feel threatened by his partner's desires. Instead, he embraces them, encourages them, and actively works to fulfill them. He is secure enough in himself to understand that giving pleasure does not diminish his masculinity, but rather enhances it. He does not see his partner's needs as secondary to his own, but as equally important. This level of confidence makes him not only a better lover, but also a more attractive and compelling partner overall. Communication is another critical aspect of mutual satisfaction. A man who stands out in intimacy does not assume that he knows everything. Instead, he listens, asks questions, and remains open to learning. He encourages his partner to express what she enjoys, and he takes the time to understand her preferences. This open dialogue creates a stronger connection between partners, allowing them to explore their desires together in a way that feels natural and fulfilling. A man who communicates effectively in intimacy is remembered not just for his physical skills, but for his ability to make his partner feel completely at ease. Men who prioritize mutual satisfaction also understand the importance of patience. They do not rush through intimate moments or treat them as a goal-oriented activity. Instead, they savor every touch, every kiss, and every movement. They recognize that true pleasure is not about speed or intensity alone, but about the depth of the connection being formed. This patience allows both partners to fully enjoy the experience without pressure or expectations, leading to a more fulfilling and memorable encounter. Another key factor that makes these men unforgettable is their ability to create an atmosphere of emotional and physical safety. When a woman feels safe with her partner, she is more likely to be fully present in the moment and to express herself without fear or hesitation. This sense of security enhances intimacy, making it a more meaningful and rewarding experience. Men who foster this kind of environment become deeply valued and appreciated by their partners because they create a space where both emotional and physical needs are met. Beyond the immediate experience, men who focus on mutual satisfaction leave a lasting impression because they make their partners feel truly special. A woman does not forget a man who made her feel desired, respected, and genuinely cared for. She remembers the way he prioritized her pleasure, the way he took his time to understand her, and the way he made her feel completely comfortable in her own skin. This level of attention and care creates a bond that extends beyond the physical, making the relationship stronger and more fulfilling. Ultimately, men who prioritize mutual satisfaction are the ones who are most appreciated, respected, and remembered. They do not see intimacy as a selfish pursuit, but as an opportunity to create something meaningful with their partner. Their ability to listen, communicate, and be fully present sets them apart, making them the kind of lovers who leave a lasting impact. They are not just participants in intimacy, they are partners in pleasure, ensuring that every moment is as fulfilling for their partner as it is for themselves. This level of generosity, patience, and emotional connection makes them truly unforgettable.